Hi friends, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're doing as well as me today. When I was a little bit younger, I once had to present an assignment in school, as most students do. But the only problem with that was that I was very stressful about speaking in public. Since then, I decided that I wanted to improve that ability. So I learned lots of techniques during years in order to improve my speaking abilities. And therefore, the goal of this video is to share the most important things I learned from this process with you. So without further ado, let's jump straight into it. The first thing that I would like to do is to make things clear. We need to acknowledge that public speaking is an ability just as others. So everyone can become a master of it just by practicing it frequently. That's what I did, and I'm sure that you can do it as well. We just have to remember that training is the key for developing in this process. I also noticed that an excellent speech is consisted of two parts. The beforehand, that is the preparation, and the afterhand, that is you at the moment. With that said, I will be covering the beforehand on this video. That means how will you prepare your presentation, and my next video will be the afterhand of this process. The first piece of advice that I would like to give you is know your purpose. Simon Sinek once wrote the book Start With Why, and when writing your speech, you should have the same mentality. You should show the purpose of your speech to people, and therefore they are going to pay attention to what you're saying. You should always ask yourself, why would people be listening to me? And this is a very simple exercise that is going to help you notice that everyone's time is precious and therefore that you should be exchanging valuable information for their time. The second thing that you must know is your audience, because every information that you have about them is going to help you shape the pace and how you are going to deliver this information to them. The knowledge level of a group is a perfect example of this. Are the people that are watching you newbies on that subject? Do they know the basics of it, or are they experts in it? Based on this, you should be able to learn the pace at which you should be throwing information at your audience so that they can follow you without any major issues. Remember that following these guidelines is what's going to separate an outstanding speech from another one, and is also what is going to prevent your audience from getting bored. After mastering these two first ones, we can proceed to number 3. Know a speech's length. And this is very important because this is what will determine the amount of content that your speech will have. Also, if you are given a big speech, you can always remember to add your personal experiences or things that you lived that help people connect with you and therefore pay more attention to what you're saying. Storytelling is perfect for making sure people listen carefully to you, so remember to use it here and there. Knowing the length of your speech will allow you to find a balance between both underwhelming and overwhelming your audience. So at the same time, they won't get bored because you are saying very less information that they are expecting, and at the same time, they are not going to have to ask others every 5 minutes what's going on because they can't follow the pace at which you're speaking. Lastly, it is necessary that you practice as much as you can. Rehearse is the key to improvement. One thing that you can do is that you can invite many people that you are familiar with to watch your presentation and ask them to leave a feedback on it. And although their feedback might not mean that your presentation is a 10 out of 10, it can be the best way of improving it in the long term. Then, the time that you really give your speech, it will be very much better than it was when you first did it. We all have to remember that it will never be perfect. What is important is that it is at least 1% better than it was at the first time. Alright, so these were some of the things that I judged the most important when preparing your speech or your presentation. Also, if you want to give your best performance at the very moment that you are speaking, check this video here that will help you out. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye.